All right, we are live with Orphans of the American Dream, and last we left off our band of adventurers. I don't want to call you guys heroes because I don't know how things are going to end up.
I'm a hero.
So
I think
I
Josh
don't
is
know
a hero.
okay.
those other two though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
not
saying.
sure. I would put them more in the anti-hero camp, if anything.
We're what you call
Yeah.
action heroes. It doesn't matter what you do; it's just how cool you look doing it.
We're the
Okay,
Death
that's
Rattles of the
fair.
Universe.
I'll give you that one.
So we left off with y'all found this city, and it was really well off because it was, and you guys found out that because it was so well off, it actually had the opportunity to make a luxury, and it was making chocolate. And so Josh made a haggle with one of the guys to help him build like a lasting generator so that he can charge up some drones, some like military defense drones, in order to protect the city so that they could be more open about the fact that they have chocolate. And so you guys basically found something that was a little bit of like a semblance of civilization.
I think we had an
this,
amendment on the size of drone, if I recall correctly.
Yes, yeah, we found a specific picture for it. I don't know if Caleb, if you can work on showing that in
I can.
just the Orphans thing.
What was the name of it again?
What was the name of the drone?
Yeah, because I don't have
know.
a picture on me. But like, if you can.
Oh no, go to the Orphans message chat and you can find it. It was the last one.
Oh,
It was kind
right.
of colorful. I think you'll know,
Okay.
you know what it looks like.
Yeah,
It was the last one we sent. So if you can work on doing that. So, but the very last thing that happened. So Caleb, Jared, and David's characters all found the same warehouse and basically found where they sell the chocolate. And a little boy walked into the room and basically declared combat and said that he was going to take over this chocolate shop.
He walked in and said, "Roll initiative."
Yeah.
It's
So
this
that's
big
kind of
one?
where we left off. Yep.
Wow, that's intense.
Oh no, not the plain looking one.
Okay,
That was
that's
that
that's what
was
you're
the
thinking of.
correction because
Yeah.
it was a plain looking one. And
well, that's
No,
the
it's
last
not.
picture of a drone,
Okay, well the
In
other one,
it.
not that one.
not that one.
Yeah,
I think
the
we
one
posted
before
quite
it.
a few of them actually.
There are quite a few
Yeah.
of them. I don't know if anyone.
I forgot that.
Is it the
Josh
one that's
posted
holding the
That's
gun?
the one that David sent with the handgun attached.
I think it's right after that.
No, it's after that. It's the one with the spinnies.
Okay, all right. I just noticed that one.
Yeah, no,
one
I
was
was
my
I was having fun looking up different options for the drones. Everything from
Yeah.
small camera drone with handgun bolted on to yeah, this one's about the size of a semi truck.
Very nice. Very nice.
Connor unfortunately said no, I couldn't keep the one with the semi truck.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
At
Josh.
any
We'll
rate,
find you one of those.
Good.
Okay, so the other thing that I wanted you, Caleb, to kind of show when you get the chance, like probably later, is how we found on Google Maps exactly where in the city it was. But the city is called Pine Bluff, so I actually made a little bit of a character sheet for it,
Nice.
and so I'm gonna show that to you guys now. I don't have a picture for it, obviously, because that'd be silly, but it has some skills and some aspects as well. And so I wasn't sure if we wanted to do, we'll do roles for these in the future to have you guys figure out what these are, possibly, or if it's just obvious. But here are some of the aspects. I think I can just post them. Right. Yeah. So those are the two aspects I made for them. And if you guys want to look at the skills of the community, if something happens to the community and we're not sure what happens because of such and such, we'll make a roll for the community to
Is
see
the
how.
tab supposed to be empty?
Yeah, we don't have
So-
access to the Pine Bluffs.
Yeah, we don't have
character
access to the actual character sheet because you have to give us control of the character sheet. to do that.
Oh, how do I do that?
I'll
sheet in the settings.
I'm
of
still a
the-
GM, so I'll do it. There you go.
Okay.
Thanks, BB.
Okay. There you go. So you guys can look at it then. Okay, and then the other thing is we wanted to start off with a little bit of a flashback.
Ooh, right.
I wasn't sure last week if you guys were like down with that or not. I don't remember if we decided you guys were down with that or if anybody was against that. Since
I
we
don't
did
think
do
we
that
had
once
any
before.
objections.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So I think we'll open up with a little bit of a scene with Jared.
Alrighty.
Jared, how old are you in this scene?
Oh, in the scene.
Yeah.
12.
All right. So Jared's 12, and
Oh man,
we get a bit of a
I'm
scene.
having flashbacks myself to 12-year-old Jared.
You probably you got your flowing locks, right? And you're in
Sexy
middle school.
surfer hair.
Yep. And you're at school, and I think you come out of school one day, and you see a kid that was really annoying today in class. He annoyed you. He annoyed everybody, and to the point where you were like, I mean, gee, this kid. I mean, he's just.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do way better without him. Yeah, there's always that one kid.
What is that kid's real name, Jared?
No. But you find him. He's kind of up against the wall of the school, kind of like behind in the parking lot, right? And he's getting beat up by a couple of guys.
All right.
One of them is holding him from behind, holding his arms back. The other one is just punching his stomach.
Oh, so it's multiple people versus one guy. That's not cool.
So what would Jared do? Pre-apocalypse, right? Pre-apocalypse Jared, and this isn't you, right? This isn't what you.
Oh, okay.
Would
So
do.
this isn't me in real life, but this is fake version of me.
This is fake version of Jared. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to have a little bit of character establishment and to show how you guys were different. Yeah, it's kind of like the remake.
Nice.
Kind of like the movie remake, you know.
But real me would just sucker punch one of them in the face.
Right. So
they're outnumbered.
Right. So
that's not honorable.
What would fake Jared do?
Fake honorable me would be like, yo, dudes, cut that out. Like, it's super cowardly to do 4-on-1. Come on.
Yeah, we can establish there are 4 of them. Yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't there only 2?
Oh, I could have swore you said 4.
4. Oh, there's definitely 4. That's way better.
Way to make it harder.
You just outnumbered yourself, Jared.
We know I'm alive. This is a flashback.
Right. So,
there's 100 of them.
Just the whole school being.
I mean, hey, we don't know if this kid lives.
So the 4 of them, you know, they kind of look at you, and I think obviously they have a leader, right? So the 3 of them kind of look to the taller, the stronger guy, right? He's kind of the leader, and he's on the middle school football team. You know, it's classic middle school bully situation, right? So he kind of
name is Chad.
Oh no!
Oh, Chad.
No, his name is Brian.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, Brian. So they all kind of look at Brian, and Brian looks at you, Jared, and he's like, "You want to get beat up too?" I think that's what you want.
I feel like you'd need a couple more of you for that.
And the 3 of them go, oh, and they kind of push the kid down and give him a couple more kicks, and
these are vicious 12-year-olds.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. Do you think you would call the cops, or like try to get your parents' attention, whoever's picking you up?
Well, 12-year-old me didn't have a phone.
Okay, yeah. So this is kind of, you know, jumping in to save this kid's life is kind of how you're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So So what do you think? What do you think would happen? Do you think 12-year-old Jared wins, beats up all 4? Or do you think he just gets beat?
Let's roll for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the part where you tell them you have got an enemy on your side?
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
I pull out my Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel disc. I'm like, let's duel.
And how do we doing rolls now since we're not using the cards?
To the sheet, probably.
Just on the sheet itself, like clicking it, and I won't be able to show the roll for a second here because my computer was going absolutely insane, and I just restarted it. So the computer I use for the rolls. So
Jared's a demigod of fighting for some reason.
Well, I don't have a character sheet for these people, so I think Jared, why don't you roll twice, and then the first one be you, and the second one be the four guys.
Do you want me to roll the same fight for both?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
These are ninja kids, apparently.
I mean,
it's also 12-year-old Jared.
All right, so that's 4. That's pretty great.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. So
this is pretty bad because if they get anything above, I rolled a 0. So.
But they can roll negatives.
Oh, they suck.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so 12-year-old Jared, he takes on these 4 guys. It's not like he doesn't take any hits, but he beats all 4 of them. And there comes a point where you've got 3 of them kind of like pushed down out of the way, and it's just you and Brian, right? And Brian goes in for a big swing, and you block the punch or dodge the punch and grab his arm, and you just throw him over and slam him to the ground. And you hear a crack, and you like broke his tailbone, and he is just on the ground. He's just demolished. What does Jared do then?
I go, here's looking at you, kid, to the guy who's on the ground, and then I just walk away.
What's that?
I go, here's looking at you, kid, to the guy who got beaten up, and I just leave.
Flash forward, that kid's still in jail for injuring so many kids.
I mean, it's 11 years after the literal apocalypse happened, so if he's still in jail, something has gone horribly wrong. Yeah, and apparently he has unlimited food and water.
Of this arc.
Right. Yeah, we get to zoom in on that same kid, and he is the warlord of the next city.
He's eating all the other inmates.
He's Charlie's father.
Oh, there you go.
I think the kid that you saved, he is terrified of you. Like there's a part of him that's really thankful.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of gives you like the, just like a short hurt thanks, but he just kind of runs away. And
it's right for sheep to fear lions. Come
on. So that's kind of how Jared sees it then. He's like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I didn't do this to get thanks. I did this because, or why did you do it? What does Jared think?
Justice, of course. Come on.
Justice.
Yeah.
Okay, I really like that. That.
Very rarely is justice rewarded.
But what does Jared kind of think? Like, give me some of Jared's monologue of like, what does he think about the kid he just rescued, and was that his goal to rescue the kid?
I mean, the kid definitely deserved to get beaten up because he's a tool. Like, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like, if it had been a one-on-one fight, I would have just let it be. Because, that's fair. That's even. But the fact that it was 4-on-1, I'm just like, yeah, no, that's cowardice.
Okay. So, okay, very, very cool. Very cool. We got a little bit of Jawline Cleaver stuff there. It's not really about saving the victim. It's about justice. I like that. This is interesting. All right, so we get that a little bit of a flashback, right? And then we get post-apocalyptic Jared. We get to zoom in on his face, right? So you kind of see like how he's aged and how the apocalypse has affected him, even in just his demeanor.
The surfer hair is gone.
What's that? Oh, surfer hair is gone. Yeah.
It's symbolic of his youthful joy and innocence.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jared Barry, your mic is pretty quiet. If you could take a look at that for a second.
We fought that for like 45 minutes last time. Probably not worth it.
I'm just like, as we're continuing on to your if you just want to mess with it for a second.
Yeah. So we kind of look from Jared to the little punk kid, and I tried to find a picture for him, and I just couldn't find a picture that fit the image in my head. So you guys are gonna have to stick with whatever you got, because I couldn't find a picture that did him justice.
I mean, Fergus with a top hat. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's basically, but not quite what I had in my head. But I mean, so he looks immaculately dressed, right? He's got a cane, he's got a top hat, and he's probably 12. That's probably your guess, right? Puberty hasn't hit his voice. He talks like this, and he declares that he's going to take over this chocolate shop. I forget the exact line was, but I'm here to take over this chocolate shop.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said. So,
Yep. Also, Connor, I'm going to send you a picture of him in the chat.
Okay.
As soon as I remember how to do that. Here we go. Here it is. No, don't send all of the pictures, just the one. Thanks. There it is.
In the Orphans Facebook chat, is that what you mean?
David. I don't think he's gonna get that reference.
So anyway,
get that reference.
yeah, no, I don't.
Sorry.
Glad you don't. Be glad you
It's an
don't.
anime. My bad. Never mind. Sorry to derail.
No, you're fine. So we get that little scene, right? And then people like goons, probably about a dozen goons. Let's say 12 goons, right? Come into the room, as well as 4 that really stand out to you guys. And I have some pictures. I don't know how to make you guys see the pictures since I don't really have them uploaded to character sheets. So I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. But I have some images here. I don't know if Caleb, you
Maybe
can
just drag them onto the screen and they should pop up. You might have to resize them, but
Okay, so
Are you?
you can just describe him though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are these cleared for stream?
that's
I have
the
no
point.
idea.
They're probably
Probably
Just
not.
describe him, Connor. I mean,
all right. So yeah,
it's probably better
yeah.
for the audio version of anything anyway to just describe him.
Good point. So we got this girl who kind of walks in. She's got dog tags on, and she walks in with just her hands in her pockets, and she's basically wearing a jacket and pants, combat boots, and she's got cloth wrapped around her hands, but she doesn't have any weapons on her. She just walks in super casually. She's got cropped short hair. And she walks in really prideful, really arrogant, like she owns the place. And just for the sake of you guys being able to identify him, her name is Lynn, even though you guys don't know that. And then we've got this guy who walks in with a gas mask, and he is armored. He is armored to the teeth. He looks like a SWAT team, like a member of a SWAT team. If the SWAT team had heavy combat armor.
it's my character from the Apocalypse World. What is his name?
Fifi?
Yeah, Fifi.
Well, his name is not Fifi. His name is Jack. And then I should make sure I remember names here. We got Lynn. We got Jack.
Apparently it's spelled.
And then there's this guy. So you can't see Jack's face at all, right? This is another guy who walks in, and he also looks he looks kind of like Eeyore in the sense that he looks depressed.
Yeah.
He walks in, he's downtrodden, and he just kind of side eyes everybody. He's got a little bit longer hair that kind of goes back into a man bun, and he's got a beard, red hair, and he walks in with 2 cowboy looking pistols, right? And they're just hanging down in between his legs, he's just got nothing to live for. He's just
same.
Right, and
doing that grim dark life, yo.
Yeah, his name is Samuel. And then we got one last guy here. who walks in with the gas mask, hood over his head, really dark clothing. Kind of looks like an apocalyptic ninja, and he's got 2 machetes in his hands, and his name. We'll go with. I was going to go with Liam, but Jared could not separate Liam from Liam Neeson.
Same.
Let's go with Terry.
I was going to say, you shouldn't even mention that because now Jared's just going to call him Liam Neeson.
And now
So
I'm
we
just
got
imagining
Terry.
Crews.
Perry. You said
Terry. With the
Terry.
Yeah, Terry
I
Crews.
thought he said Perry too.
Dang it.
Terry Crews, that's even better.
Yeah, but he looks nothing like Terry Crews. He's very, very small stature.
Mm.
Okay, so we got these 4 individuals that walk in, and then we got like a dozen goons, and little orphan boy is like.
Oh, we know he's an
Sorry.
orphan. Did we just learn an aspect of his?
Describing, no.
I roll empathy to see if I can discern his orphanness.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to roll empathy on him, you for sure can.
No, it's
if
fine.
you want to try to discover some of his traits, okay.
You're good.
So he walks in, and says that all these people rush in, and I think he kind of waits for like surrender. He so these people kind of wander in. Or I should just ask, like, what do you guys do? Like, do you guys immediately react with like gunfire and stuff, or do you guys kind of see what's up?
They're not like opening up, are they? They're just walking in.
Yeah, they're walking in. Basically, it's like
but they're armed, right?
Yeah.
they're armed. Their weapons drawn.
It's not my chocolate factory, so they're not going to attack me.
That's fair.
Right.
I'll wait and see what their intentions are.
I mean, yeah, I'm at the very
I don't
least.
take this kid seriously.
Yeah, at the very least, I wouldn't like if anyone made a move. I would be like, nope, stop. Like, so I feel like we're probably gonna at least have some
I'm
brief
gonna see
exchange first.
How
Ah!
much chocolate I can get for this before they shoot you, buddy.
Amber alert.
Yeah, I was wondering. Well, I'm probably about to get one too. Oh wait, never mind. You're way far away from us. I forgot.
I that same thoughts went through my head. So Caleb, you're kind of like stay your hand, everybody, like
Yeah, I kind of just like
all Aragorn style, like
yeah.
like, wait. Okay, so I think the chocolate man, right? The guy who was like the chocolate merchant who
Willy
like,
Wonka?
made all this.
You could say.
His name is not Willy Wonka, and he's Indian of and descent.
Okay,
and he's got small goatee, and he's a little bit bigger, right? You can tell he's
Partaking of his own stash.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I mean, he made the chocolate, so you can kind of tell like he's been doing well for himself, and so he's been able to gain some weight. So that's kind of how he looks.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
"Poor Josh." Josh looked down at his skinny arms. He was like, "Well."
He says, "What do you want? I'm doing nothing wrong. How dare you come in here and try to attack me and try to take my livelihood?" And he kind of looks at you four and is like, sees that you guys are armed and is like, kind of looks to you guys and like, what are you guys going to do about this? You guys say anything or respond in any way, or everybody's just silent still?
I mean,
What are they selling? Chocolate.
What do you buy?
Well, so I was under the impression last time that Jared was going to try to do his like repent spiel. Would you do that immediately, Jared, or would you wait? For
I'd wait to see until someone besides the small child starts talking.
Right. So, I mean, does anyone else immediately do or say anything?
I mean, I guess I'll look at the guy because he's looking at us and be like,
Right.
Killing people usually isn't free.
I just like sigh. Excuse me, and I'd look back at the kid.
Yes.
I don't know how to do this conversation. I think I say, I think I pause for a moment after like I say that because I just don't know how we're gonna start, and I just say, "Where's your dad?"
Well, you see, my dad started this little crew here, and I killed him in his sleep and took it over.
Wait
And
a
he
minute.
sounds so proud of himself as he says that. Like that's not what you were asking, but he's like loves to give out that information that he totally murdered his dad in his sleep.
Him, I'll shoot for free. Everybody else costs money.
So I speak up and say, "Wait a minute, is Ashton Kutcher still alive? Are we being punked right now?"
All right, where's the cameras? Come on.
Do we have cameras still? You guys sure got me. This is a good one.
I'm just shocked. I'm just so like, what?
Yeah, so little top up boy says, "Oh, we weren't expecting a little boy to have what's the word? You weren't expecting a little boy to act like such an adult, were you? Oh, I get that a lot."
I don't know if it's adult of you to kill your father, but yeah, whatever floats your boat, I guess. I look back at you, Jared, and I'm like kind of like waiting for you to just give your spiel at this point because I'm just like, yeah, none of these guys are probably good news.
I'm like, oh yeah. I see you look at me like, we're not being punked.
I just shake my head.
And before, as you guys are having that exchange, Top Hat Boy like starts speaking again. He says, "And I deserve this chocolate factory. It is my destiny. It's actually my namesake, because my name is Charlie."
I sigh.
Pipe down there, Willy Wonka.
This is your last chance, Eric. I don't even. This is ridiculous. I want to create an advantage.
Okay.
And I just slap his top hat off.
Well, I guess roll for probably provoke.
All right.
Why exactly? Why provoke in this situation?
Well, wouldn't that be how you'd create that
Sorry.
advantage?
I guess I was assuming that you were like, okay, my question is, how close is Jared?
That's a good question.
Right.
Probably not close enough to smack the
Right.
cat off
That's
of
what
his
I was
head.
thinking.
Okay. I guess this
I
building's
imagine
bigger than
you'd
I
probably
thought
get
it was.
you'd probably get drawn on if you tried to like.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a warehouse, right?
Okay,
So-
yeah. I was still thinking we were in that greenhouse.
Oh no, not in the greenhouse. The warehouse across
Gotcha.
across the street.
I take that back then. But yeah, I nonchalant, I like half-heartedly give my speech and like, this is ridiculous. But this is your last chance at repentance. You can leave or else I'll let you know.
No, Jared.
Yeah.
Jared,
And this is your last chance to. And this is
Oh.
your last chance to walk away with your lives.
Hey, Mr. Chocolate Guy. How does one chocolate bar a head sound?
He takes like a glance at like how much he has, and he's like, let's say I have that much.
Does he not have that much?
I think he's
No.
saying that
He doesn't have 12 chocolate. What kind of chocolate? I look to the kid. I'm like,
Technically-
why do you want this place? He doesn't even have 12 chocolate bars.
Have you seen the process it takes to create chocolate, Jared?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Right, you grow the beans, you grind the nibs for like hours and hours and hours, and you don't get a whole lot per nib. You don't get a whole lot of nibs per plant. You realize,
Is this Josh actually saying this?
oh, absolutely.
So I think I look at you and I say, they're called nibs?
yeah, the little kernel of nib is the term, and I'm not sure what else to call it besides nib. It's the
The nib.
you
Okay.
grind it up for the cacao inside.
So what you're
You
telling
roast it
me-
first, right?
you're telling me is that these people's lives are worth less than a single chocolate bar. All right. Well, that's kind of harsh, but
Wow, yeah,
I
you just
are
insulted them.
Is this not extortion, David?
no, this is payment for services. Okay.
And then I look to them after your spiel. Do you guys know how to make chocolate? to the thugs.
That's a good point.
And
This is half baked at best.
So I mean, okay, if we're gonna have a little comedic moment, right? If this was an anime, all the goons look at each other and go, "Well, I don't know."
I feel like
but you know,
okay, when a little boy with a top hat walks in, the scene has to be somewhat comedic. So we're gonna play into that, I think, a little bit.
yeah. So I think the goons definitely do look at each other though, like I mean, and it's very obvious, like, no, they don't know how to make chocolate, but they're here to like glean the product, right?
So I think I look
and I think Charlie says, "I'm not gonna make the chocolate. You're gonna make the chocolate for me, or else you're gonna die."
So I look at Charlie, and when he says that, I'm like, whoa. All right, let's take a step back here. Why don't we handle this like adults do? If you're gonna call this what you're doing, how you killed your father, you're an adult now, Charlie? Is that what you're saying?
He's a little bit confused by that. He says, "Go on."
Adults participate in something that's called the free market.
Oh,
So I say, you could storm in here with guns and wave them around and tell them, yeah, you got to give me tribute, got to make chocolate for me. But really, what would be a better situation for you? Why don't you just set up camp here, join the town, and maybe buy the chocolate from him and then sell the chocolate again? I don't know. That could work. Maybe you take it from here, you go somewhere else, you sell it there. Maybe you and this fine gentleman here could make a good profit getting that chocolate out to where it needs to go. And you're both rich in the process.
How close am I to the door? Can I sneak out while this this lecture in Laissez, Faire capitalism is going on?
Mm-hmm.
You should give them an aspect of Jared fell asleep in the corner.
I think you should definitely roll for that, Josh. I think.
Yes, that's my question though. Is this a stealth roll I can make? Or
yeah, I think so. I think you can try. I think the ob will be very difficult, but you could try. I mean, trying to hide in plain sight, basically.
Just kind of want to step away while people aren't quite looking.
If you, I don't know if you have to roll if I give you the ob like Burning Wheel, but I'd say
you do have to give the difficulty. Remember, because we already.
No, I know I have to give the difficulty, but if I give them the difficulty, just you have to roll.
Oh, not necessarily. I don't think.
Okay, I'd say difficulty is probably a 4.
Okay.
I mean, you got fate points.
I think you should get an advantage because Caleb's giving him a riveting spiel.
The advantage is not a thing in this game, but
Caleb should create an aspect.
Caleb, you could create an aspect. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm wearing my improvised armor. I probably shouldn't try rolling stealth.
That's fair.
Instead, can I roll? Could I roll something to see? Can I see like out the door, out the windows? Did they bring other people with them, or are the people here in the room the only ones that are there?
From what you, if you want to look at the window, I think
is that like that's not
or I suppose. Why don't you make a notice roll to see what you see outside?
Okay.
Somebody else wants to make a notice roll too. I think that's a like passive thing. I don't think you need to make like a.
I mean,
like
we could have whoever
for it. You know what I mean?
Well, Josh, what do you have in it? What's your bonus and notice?
+2.
Well, I mean, anyone else who has a +1 could just give him a +1 on this, right? Like if we're all kind of
right. Yeah.
I'm talking to him, so I wouldn't be able to help here. I don't think.
I have a +3. I don't know if that does anything different than +1.
You just add a +1. It's just anything.
That would mean that the +3 would roll, and the +2 would give a bonus.
But what are you trying to? I don't know if I'm trying to notice what you're trying to notice. What's happening? What are you trying to notice?
We're just. Good point. I'm just trying to notice if there are. I just want to know more about where they came from. Like,
if they have like
they
a
come in an armored
outside,
car.
Yeah.
Do they have other goons out there? Like,
yeah. I mean,
is there more to this than just the 4 people who came walking through the door?
Well, there's the 12 goons as well, or 8.
Oh, 12 goons. 8 goons.
Wait, how many goons are there, Connor? 12.
Yes, 12 goons plus the 4.
So 17 people in the warehouse.
Okay.
Have come in. Yeah.
That answers that question.
So if we're doing like a what's it called? a mass notice here, then probably David would roll, and then Josh and Jared would both give him a +1. If that's how we wanted to do it. But up to you, Connor.
Yeah, well, either way you guys want to do it is fine.
Cool. So how many people are helping me here?
You have a +2.
2, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like talking to the guy, so I probably won't be able
4.
to. Cool. 4 total.
So it's David the one making the roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so David,
-1. That's pretty sad.
you notice that there's a little bit of stuff going on outside. This isn't the only place where there are people in the city causing a bit of a ruckus. It doesn't sound like there's open warfare, but it sounds like there's some people getting pushed back into their homes, kind of like locking down the city.
So I lean over to Jared and I'm like, it seems like there's a lot more people out there. We might want to keep this kid close. Hopefully they won't try and shoot at him if we have him hostage. And maybe we can get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully he's actually in charge, because if not, this is going to get ugly.
Do you want to grab him or should I grab him?
You're better at that sort of thing. If I grab him, he'll have too many bullet holes in him. So
What is Josh doing?
Um,
Because I assume like all three of you noticed the same thing, right, Connor?
Um,
Because they were all helping
yes.
on the roll.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
yeah, at this point, I don't even know what I'm looking to do other than
You know what? Make a stealth roll. I mean, that makes sense to me. If you wanted to sneak away and try working on the drones, I think that might be the best thing you could do.
I could do that. I don't know that. I kind of want to look around and see if there's 1, 2, 3 items kind of hanging around in the warehouse that I could grab quickly, stick together, and improvise a weapon. As soon as, I want to look around and see if that's an option for me to like create an advantage to crafting a weapon in the next couple of moments as needed.
The stealth would be an advantage, is what you're saying?
No, I want to do like an investigate.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
To create an advantage to crafting.
Sure. And you're looking for in the room of just something to make to prepare for this battle, or are there bits of
metal around that I could wield as a pole arm?
Okay.
Could I is there a way? Basically, I just want to know. I just want to size up the space so that in the next turn, when I attempt to improvise weaponry, not only is it possible, but I have scoped out the area and I get an advantage on it.
Yeah. I think that will take some time, though. So if anything happens in the near future,
I was just going to say,
starts a battle. I think.
I can't just grab a stick, duct tape a knife to it, and call it an improvised weapon.
Well,
I mean, you could do that and call it an improvised weapon. Whether or not it would work as an improvised weapon is another story.
Right.
Are there bombs? Or sorry, not bombs. Is there fertilizer in the room?
I wouldn't think so necessarily.
I'm just looking for reasons to proc my junk food master.
Yeah.
That don't involve me sitting in the bus for 3 hours putting something together.
Right. Yeah. I think you should.
I'm good at grabbing shit and grabbing stuff and hitting people with it.
I think you should make the investigate roll, but I think if a combat starts soon, your first turn is spent doing this. I think that's
spent on the investigate.
Yeah.
Or on the
the craft.
If the combat starts real soon here. Yeah.
That was what I was expecting to do. Yeah.
Okay.
I create an advantage that I can immediately on the first turn in combat grab and use.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right, cool.
You said investigate, Connor? Or maybe Josh said that.
I asked if I could use investigate for it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be a straight investigate roll.
It's great.
Okay, so what? I mean, I think that succeeds, right? So what do you want to make? Or do you want me to just tell you what you have to work with?
Josh, make a fertilizer bomb.
I'm not going to make a bomb, Jared. Collateral damage is what happens when you make bombs.
Nobody gets the chocolate.
I don't want to be collateral damage. I don't want Caleb to be collateral damage.
Nobody.
You two probably won't take any damage, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I don't want to blow up the chocolate shop. I just want to grab that. I want to grab that hoe in the corner and strap that machete to it and use it like a
Make
pole
a
arm.
pike. Yeah.
I want to make a proper pole arm.
That's awesome.
Figure if we're kind of near they've got a greenhouse or whatever, they're probably have gardening tools around, right?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Get like a scythe or whatever. Quickly wedge it in a shelf and bend it straight to make a pole arm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you kind of like the shelf is behind you. So you kind of start grabbing that, and
I don't necessarily grab for it. I just want to see that it's there.
Yeah. Okay.
So put an aspect on the scene that there are tools farm tools to hand or something like that I can then use when I attempt to craft a weapon out of them next turn.
Yeah. Okay. So put that as an aspect, I guess, on your
Situational aspects on your sheet.
Yeah, situational aspect on your sheet there, and maybe put an asterisk next to it for situational aspects, I suppose.
Well, there's literally a box for situational aspects.
Perfect. Okay.
Just put those in. Yeah.
Okay. So anybody else? What else is?
I was just gonna say. I mean, is there any chance whatsoever of me convincing this guy to just like become a businessman instead of a dictator?
I mean, you can roll.
Can you set it? Is there a difficulty?
I think it's a 6.
Okay, I'm going for it, man. Let's do this thing.
Can I give him a bonus with my provoke? Or does it have to be the same skill?
I think it's the same skill.
I also feel like that
It also doesn't sound like
help.
any of you are saying anything to this guy, like in the same vein, at least.
They've all basically like.
Sounds like you're all getting ready to fight.
To kidnap the small child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the other part.
Okay, so I assume that my stunt smooth over applies in this situation. You're adept at stepping into a bad situation and dialing it down to something more reasonable.
Yeah, that's fine.
So +2 bonus to rapport in this situation. Let's see.
You just have to not roll a negative.
And yeah, I'll just go for it at that point then, because I can always spend fate points. So, all right, here we go.
Hey, you're
5. Okay. I'm gonna spend a fate point on others are needed to rebuild the world. I need to teach people to make plowshares and not swords, right? And so I'm gonna spend a fate point on that.
Okay. That's fine, yeah. But I'm going to spend a fate point on one of his traits here. And it is... It's just going to be... I think it's just going to be his high concept here, right? He's a little brat overlord. He doesn't really... He doesn't really vibe with this whole do the right thing kind of a situation, or being told what to do.
Turns out he, like everyone else, just wants to pretend he's an adult.
Right. So I think I counter. Right. So I'm saying this, and he's like, no, I just want to like take over everything. And so I counter by saying, let's see. I'm trying to, because what I want to do is spend a fate point on the moral compass my friends need and try to like say something that would tug at his conscience. I just don't know what I could say given what I know of the kid that would actually, like, it sounds like he's just a monster.
Does that stunt require you to be friends with the person, or is that just?
I mean, again, symbolic, right? The moral compass my friends need.
Okay.
If I can find some way to tug at his conscience or something. Just trying to think if there's, I'm going to spend a fate point on relentless leader, right? So as soon as he starts saying like, no, I just want to, and then I'm like, no, you don't understand. And then I just start giving him like statistics, right? I just start giving him like figures and stuff of like, listen, this is how much you can make if, let's take like, the value of this item and what about this town over here? Like they obviously don't have the chocolate and they're still a little bit well off. So you should go, you can go. And I just start like laying out the economics of it for him and then say, well, what happens when you just try to take over this place? Well, everyone in town is going to turn on you. This is their chocolate shop.
I think he yawns and he goes, boring. I don't care.
But I spend a fate point on it.
Yeah, well, and he spends. I'm going to spend a fate point on his trait as well, which is give me chocolate. He doesn't give a crap about your little economics. He's not thinking about the long term.
Yeah,
he just wants some chocolate right now, and the chocolate's in front of his face.
Okay, so
I prepared these aspects beforehand. I didn't just make that up. Like this is his character sheet.
Yeah.
Conveniently, he now has less fate points to
I know.
fight us with.
Don't worry, guys. I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna spend my last fate point on. If there needs to be a sacrifice, it must be me. And I
want to keep that in case you get shot.
No, I don't care, David. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this thing. So
dies for a second.
Because this is perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna keep in mind though. Your trouble is that you're invoking right now?
No. I'm not. No, I'm saying if there needs to be a sacrifice, it must be me. That's not my trouble.
Oh, a different one. Well, okay. Well, just keep in mind the weight of the world on my shoulders. If I wanted to spend a fate point and make you,
I know.
Okay. All right.
I get it. I totally get it. But I have a good argument here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna look at the guy, look at the at Wonka, look at whatever. What is his actual name?
Charlie. His name is Charlie.
No. The guy who owns the chocolate shop.
Oh, you didn't ask his name because.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just look at him and I just say, no, sorry. I look back at Charlie and I say, you want chocolate? You want chocolate right now?
And he looks around at all of his goons with their weapons drawn. And he says, "Yes."
So I look at the guy. I look at the chocolate owner, chocolatier, as it were, and I say, "How much for 5 bars of chocolate?"
He looks around at the situation and he says, "If you leave in peace."
No. I shake my head. I'm like, no. You can't just fork this over to this guy. That's not what this is about. If you do that, he will be back and he will ask for more. Listen, this is what's going to happen.
Wide-eyed.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what's going to happen right now. You are not going to give in to this guy's demand. I am going to buy 5 bars of chocolate from you, and then I, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give it to this lovely adult here. And then I look back at Charlie and and then we're going to sit down and we're going to eat some chocolate and have a conversation. Does that sound good? So I'm spending my last fate point on this.
Just stare at you with my jaw open. I'm like, you somehow turned this into a circumstance where we get 12 chocolate bars into one where we pay for 5 and get nothing.
I slide over to Dave and I'm like, I don't think we have that much money.
Well, and
no, hopefully Caleb does, because I'm not touching that.
I definitely don't. But we're gonna make this up as we go along here.
If you want to do that, I mean, if that's the contingency here, so you're spending a fate point not necessarily to win the argument, but
to change the deal, right?
Yeah, now this is linked to a resources roll, though,
yes,
isn't it?
Basically.
Okay, so what can you chalk up to give to him?
Well, how much is this resources roll going to cost me?
If you're going for the actual price of these 5 chocolate bars, which I think is what you explicitly tried to tell him, like,
yes, basically,
let me pay for it full price. 5 chocolate bars? I think that's a 5.
All right, here we go, guys.
And you had the fate points.
I'm doubling down on this. Wait, did you say a 5?
Yeah.
Oh, that's impossible then.
You don't even have a +1 with resources?
No, I have a 0.
Yeah, I think it's a 1 resource roll for each bar of chocolate.
I want to compel Caleb. If there needs to be a sacrifice, it might be me. He's going to give the chocolate guy.
It's the weight of the world on my shoulders is his trouble.
No, you can compel any aspect.
He's going to give the chocolate guy every single thing he owns.
I was thinking about it.
He's gonna be in his boxers.
So,
including your dogs, Caleb.
If I was to give this guy, see, this is how I play role-playing games, guys. I just go all out and we see what happens.
Seth, you're just giving everybody all your money.
But for a reason. I'm not arbitrary about this.
That's true.
I'm not being bipolar here. So if I give this guy my revolver and my machete and make a resources roll, how much will I get? Like, if I can just get rid of those as extras as part of like the resources roll, how much bonus could I get?
I feel like that's a +2.
Can it be a +3 though?
I think if you spend your fate point, I'll make it a +4.
Okay.
The fate point you just got.
Right. Oh, right, for being compelled. Yeah. Okay,
right.
Sure. Yep, sounds good. All right, here we go, people.
And I feel like that +4 was just very arbitrary.
Gosh,
I
got a 1. No.
Gosh darn
That was a -3.
At least we can say he tried before he killed everybody.
Yeah. So
but how does this happen? Because I obviously give him the stuff, right?
Yeah, you get so this is how you go into this combat. You go into this combat disarmed. You just gave.
I'm going into close range combat with a rifle.
Yeah, you just gave him. So
but how does this actually go down though? Because like I assume I go through the whole thing, right? And then he at the last second he's just like, yeah, I just want the rest of it, and then he just starts right like.
Yeah. So he gets the 5 bars of chocolate, right? And so you do that little transaction, and he takes a big bite of this chocolate, and he is just like loving it. There's like chocolate on his lips and everything like that. And he finishes the bar of chocolate, and you're like tense, right? Like you're on the edge of your seat, like, okay, what is he gonna do? And I think the 4 like of his like lieutenants, you could say, like, look at him, like, is this gonna work? And Samuel especially is like the guy with the 2 guns. He's like trigger happy, right? He's like itching to shoot somebody. He's like, don't you dare. And Charlie says, open fire.
Open fire? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I tried. I step back and let you guys handle this.
So
let's enter initiative here.
What is
it goes off of
notice?
Notice.
Oh, notice. Okay.
I think it's just. I don't know if it's a roll or not. I think it might just be the person with the highest notice.
What's everybody's notice?
But I'm not sure. I have a 3.
2. Okay. Let me.
I can just do this in the initiative order, Connor. Just brought up the turn order.
Oh, okay, perfect. Are you able to just? Oh,
yep.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
What other stuff do you want me to put in here?
Put in Charlie as a 1.
What did everybody say their notice was?
2. David is 3.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What does Will do?
The base. That's your mental stress stuff.
Yeah, it gives you more stress points.
Put in Terry as a 3.
Terry is a 3.
I think Jack is probably a 1.
Yeah, it's just straight up notice or empathy, I guess, if you're in social combat. That's cool.
I'm gonna say Lynn is a 0. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. If I did that,
Lynn's a 0. Jack's a 1. You said.
Yep. And Samuel is a 4.
Oof. Goons.
Let's just put them at 0.
Okay. And then Wonka.
I really need to give him a name, but I'm not going to give him a name. You guys can ask him his name afterwards because I can't think of a name that isn't just going to be
He has a gun now.
extremely
stereotypical of a Indian guy.
Yeah. So he's known to you guys as Wonka. I think that's kind of the joke here.
Yeah.
He's going to be a 0 as well. I don't think.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's going to have anything special here. So then Samuel goes first. So he's itching, right?
Yes,
so he just opens fire. And I think he's probably going to open fire on.
Real quick before we start this, what are the zones?
Oh yeah, I don't really have map here, but let's say behind
this is the warehouse.
Okay. Let's say
this square.
Here we'll have a zone with, I don't know if I can make some shapes here.
You should be able to.
Yeah, okay, let's make some shapes here. So let's say I can't move them at the same time. Okay. And they're now connected. It's gonna be a struggle.
I mean, the zones are usually pretty simple. You could just be like, "There's
entrance."
Ring. Yeah.
And
we just cut the place in half. Honestly,
let's say back entrance. That's a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. And then let's say shelves over here with where Josh found his stuff.
Right.
And let's say this side is behind the counter.
It's this right here. Is this the counter?
No, the right is going to be behind the counter here.
Okay. So
let's just go with that.
Is this just its own zone right here?
No, we can just mill those.
Okay.
Pop those 2 up here. I don't know if Caleb is doing that or
I'm doing it. There you go.
Okay, I'm struggling
Boom.
with that. All right, perfect.
Now we have a soccer field.
Yeah, perfect.
Kind of.
Sounds about right.
So I think all of the
so they're all at the entrance, I assume, right?
They're all at the entrance, except for I'm going to say 6 goons are on the left side and 6 goons are on the right side, right? So they kind of filed in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And do you want to separate the goons will just roll as 1. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So what did you say? Josh was over at the shelves?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was assuming, Josh, if you're okay with that.
Works for me.
And then we're all kind of like up at there.
You guys can be there. I was thinking you guys would be over behind the counter area by Wonka. And then the back entrance is towards the cocoa plants.
Oh, that's
right?
why I didn't apply the token to you, Jared. Now you should be able to move.
Thanks, BB.
Yeah, there you go. Where'd you say, Connor?
I figured you guys are on the right, but it really doesn't matter.
Right. I figured we were like facing off with them. But I guess if the counter's over here,
that's where Wonka is. So it's up to you guys where you want to be. I don't really care.
I feel like it makes sense to be in this place right here, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so Samuel is going to be the one who's firing off first, and I think he's going to shoot at David. I think David, you gave him the nod, and I think Samuel is like, here's another a gunman, right? And he's going to take a shot at you. So. Let's see here. So he rolls a 1. So I'm assuming you roll athletics and defense?
Yeah, I'm looking up the rules for how to defend other people because this is the gimmick that Jared and I built this around. So let's see. Just how does this work?
Can't remember your own gimmick?
I just want to make sure I do it right.
It's a kind of complicated gimmick.
If you
It says
think it'll
gimmick's
take
not
like
complicated.
a little bit, we could take a break here and you could figure
It
that
just
out.
says
Don't
you
do
have to-
that, or
Have to reasonably be able to do it, and that you suffer the effects of failed roll.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
This would be the time to take a break if we were to do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
So
would like a quick break so
Yeah.
I can grab something to drink.
I
and
feel like
something
that
to eat.
makes sense.
Yeah, let's go for it. So stick around. We'll be right back with some Orphans of the American Dream, and we'll figure out what happens when Trigger Happy Eeyore shoots at David.
Apparently. Oh boy.